Hello, this is Gudrun. Somebody asked me to talk about meditation, and I love that because meditation is such an important tool to the divine energy, to the space, divine space inside us. For me, the most powerful tool. It's a kind of tricky for a lot of people who never experienced an access to real meditation because there is this cliche, you need to sit down with crossed legs and close your eyes and think about nothing. In the most cases, that just doesn't function. It's not happening. Yeah, they are sitting there, and then the first thought comes, and they try to eliminate it, and the second one, and after a while they get crazy. Say, it doesn't work for me. Like they get up and whatever, do something else, like where they are active. So also, a lot of stuff sometimes arises in us in the meditation or when we sit still with ourselves. And it's sometimes too much. We don't even want to feel or see that in that moment. And yeah, then also people get up and they say, meditation is not for me. But they never realized what meditation is. Because meditation is not sitting there and think about nothing. In the end, those spiritual practices of meditation are spiritual practices. It's a method. It's a practice. Yeah? But it's not meditation in the end. It can be when people really go through that gate of their methods. Yeah? So sitting there with crossed legs can be a gateway where you pass into meditation. But most people don't enter the door. Yeah? They don't pass that gateway. They're stuck. And then they stop and say, yeah, it's not for them. The thing is, when you once pass that gateway and have initiation into that space, into that divine energy, into the real state of meditation beyond, you don't need the method of sitting down anymore and meditate. It's just a game in that moment. And mostly you reach the state of real meditation spontaneously through a certain situation, what is free from expectations or pressure. It mostly happens spontaneously. When you try to enter that space and try to be in meditation, it will not happen. I want to tell you 3 examples what happened to me. Once I had schizophrenia. I was traveling in Peru, in Brazil, and South America. Came back and I was in a very bad space. Yeah, I was suffering from that psychosis and tried to heal myself. And I often tried to meditate and never found the access. I just couldn't. I wasn't feeling good. I confronted myself too much with that, and it got even worse because I was thinking about this and that and was caught in my own net of, this game. So, in that time, I was back in Munich. I was sitting in a very small room I rented out, and I put jungle sounds on my computer, and suddenly I felt that my breath became different. And it was like, completely breaking free through my breath. I don't even know how to say that, but the chains of my chest were like, how you say that in English, like they broke. And the air came through all cells of my body, my whole skin, entered my body. My body was like a lungs, like a lung. Yeah, you know what I mean. And was breathing. My whole body was breathing like transparent. Yeah, I felt the life that the breath gives us. And with that, I felt like life itself. It was really beautiful. It was so refreshing, and the time disappeared. I was just like this breath, like pulsing in life. So yeah, in that moment, I closed my eyes, and I think I was sitting with crossed legs. I don't know, but it doesn't even matter. And I had that several hours. And that was really meditation. It was real meditation, and the reason was probably because I put the jungle sounds on. They connect me with that silence inside me. Yeah, and I was on my own in this little room. It just came spontaneously like a blessing. And another time I was in the jungle with indigenous people, like Indians, in their house. They hosted me because I was at a abandoned bus station and couldn't come back in the jungle where my hut was. So I was lying in a hammock, and also suddenly I came in a deep state, like in a very, very deep state that was very close after my schizophrenia, like I was still deep inside. And for that time, all the dark thoughts, all the torture, everything went out of my body, and I got very peaceful, closed my eyes, and I could see everything through my closed eyes, like anything in the room. And it was definitely like that. There's no doubt around that. So it was not that I closed my eyes and I remember the colors or things. No. I really could see it through my closed eyes. And if I would have like Oropax inside my ear, I would have heard anything. Anyways, I even could feel it through my body because I was connected with everything. I could feel through the energy field, like the ants, yeah, the color of the cup behind me, the candles, anything. So I was completely connected with my whole energy system, all my senses, to my environment. It was complete oneness, a complete meditation. Now my battery died and I needed to charge. I hope I come back in the flow. So this experience in the jungle was for me the ultimate meditation. I don't know what else meditation could be. Yeah. But I experienced another aspect of it, I could say, like in a completely different environment, also spontaneously when I was on a yoga teaching. And yeah, like a lot of people were there, and there was a student of Osho, a very old, wise man, and he made a heart meditation with us. So I was sitting there and we made this, connected with our heart, and yeah, just concentrated, focused on our heart energy. Sitting there, I don't know, for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And out of sudden, I just left my body and I was there in the ether. It felt very light and yeah, like really good. And I saw my body there, like making this, you know. I was connected with both my body and the ether, and I just saw that, and it was so funny, like ridiculous, that I needed to like really, like inside of me I was a whole laughter. I really needed to laugh about the situation and myself so much because I realized I'm doing something there, like I try to get something what I already have. It's like to try to be somebody you already are. I realized this joke inside the whole situation, you know. I'm sitting there and try to have something I am already. It was a whole, yeah, it was just, I don't even know how to explain that, but I felt like a joke. But in a nice, in a beautiful way, you know. So like, yeah, that I can laugh about myself. And yeah, then I also realized that what I did there, like sitting there, was not a meditation, it was a practice. But through this practice and this meditation, I entered the real state of meditation. And as long as I am in this real state of meditation, I can do anything what I want. I can live completely naturally and do naturally the things that I need to do, that needs to be done. So when you are in this kind of space, into the silence, into the connection, and the oneness with everything, you meditate. You don't need to sit down. You wouldn't do that anymore. Like when you're in the space, you don't see the necessity to sit down and with crossed legs and meditate, because you have it already. So the access to meditation can happen through the practice of meditation, but it can also happen through other things, other gates, spontaneously, where you just step inside and you are surprised because you didn't expect it. All the expectations just block you because you expect it to be like this or like that. But if you don't know what it is, you have no imagination about it, what is accurate, because it's way more than that. You can't imagine that kind of space, that kind of eternity. So what you need is just to be open, to be curious, to surrender to what is, and to observe yourself. Because also when you sit in the meditation, however you sit there, you can observe yourself and realize you're not conscious yet. You're not in the meditative space yet. You're not meditating. And that's already enough, because the observer who realizes that you're not in a real meditation is already in a real meditation, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to see that. So your consciousness is already there, yeah, in a way, because it's observing you. So you can see yourself in the reality, like in the real state you are. So this, if you repeat this, yeah, and you meditate regularly, you just observe yourself with that, and observe yourself that you're still in the unconsciousness. It's already the step into consciousness. And the consciousness widens inside you, like your horizon gets wider, becomes wider and wider. You can sit longer. Yeah? You will be more calm. It will be more natural. You will feel better with that, because the space is widening up. And through the realization of unconsciousness, you will come to consciousness. Also, there are certain techniques for active meditations that might be easier for you. I'm a big friend of all the breathing meditations, where you work with your breath. Also, kind of dancing, yoga. There are so many meditations that help you through the body to let go of thoughts and step out of your head, and just become more natural, be more in the flow. And then you just step. At one point you just step into the space, into this realm. And you become the space. So don't give up with meditation. It can be so refreshing. It can be rejuvenating. You just connect with Source. You realize who you really are. You got your connection back to yourself and to your divine energy. And when you understood what's meditation about and what can happen in this, then it's something you don't even want to miss in your life. And you will observe your life and yourself in your life with way more consciousness all the time. Doesn't matter what you are, where you are, and what you're doing. Yeah, you know what I mean, right? So when you're in the house and you do something, you will pause and say, okay, where's my consciousness now? What am I doing? Like, do I really feel myself? What I'm thinking about? Yeah, you realize that you're not conscious or not in the moment, and with that you can step back, because you know how the meditative space can look like. Try it out and begin very, very small. You can begin with 1 or 2 minutes and then increase it, because if you do too much and then you get confronted with too many emotional stuff, or you get bored, or too many thoughts come, you will not do it again. So if you just pause every day for a few minutes, you close your eyes, you just feel the environment, the clothes on your skin, just feel your breath, observe yourself with that, stay still, and then you just continue. And you can always bring your awareness to everything, what you are doing. When you're walking, you walk. When you eat. Just get more conscious about what you're doing. This is already the first step into meditation. If you can't just sit down, what I totally understand. if you need more like opening and you don't really know how to do it, if you need some support, some release of emotional problems, then you can always book a session with me. Also, I offer shamanic and tantric individual trainings. I wish you deep meditation. I wish you love and blessings, and I really hope to see you another time.